but did not put their names on the coins, as they did not have full legitimacy of independent rules, and, more importantly, any independent claims. It should be noted that despite the fact that the local cant established independence in 1747, in the monetary and perhaps fiscal sphere, they were not immediately eliminated from the general Iranian coin for some more time, issuing the ordinary type coins of Nadir Shah's successors and nominal rulers Ibrahim and Shahu in the 1160s of Hijra. These coins are ordinary and known to belong to all three links existing since Safavid times, Iran, Nakhchivan, and Genjar. Running ahead, I will note that in Karabakh, coin minting started much later. It is convenient to discuss the coin types of the originates on a simple to complex basis. So we will start with coins of Nakhchivan Khanate. We know only one type of these coins, which is generally identical to the coins of Karim Khan Zen, and future deliverers from these coins showed up Aftab or Mahza or Sindar Jahan as Sekiye Mambeha, Safwa Zaman, and the Yakarim expert nation on the other side. These are exceptionally rare coins, with a total of only a dozen known specimens. They issue date back to 1180-1183 years. These Nakhchivan Abbasis are slightly lighter than Iranian coins by weight mid-count. The fact that we know only a small number of these coins undoubtedly indicates the non-economic and apparently ideological reasons for minting. We think that the Iran Khanate had the same reasons for minting gold and silver coins. So far, we have identified only two types of silver coins of the Iran Khanate. Dateless coins of the first tab A with the Shia creed on the others should be referred to 1170s, since typologically they are identical to the coins of type B from the Genjar Khanate minted in the second half of the 1170s. There is just the Shia creed on one side and mint name with Yakarim on another side. The coins of the next type B with the district, the above-mentioned district of Karim Khan, exist but with the date of 1180. The first specimen is from, and without it. The later should be referred to the issues of 1180s. A gold quarter of Morpur also belongs to this period. These are extremely rare coins. We know only 4 coins of type A and 13 coins of type B, 12 of which came from the one ore. All the Iran silver coins weigh 1 mid-count. What can we say about the design and the weight of these coins? Undoubtedly, they design and preservation of the Iranian weights show a high degree of integration of both of these khanates within the Iranian state and Zen rule. Generalizing the coinage in these khanates, we can say that the coins made of precious metals were issued sporadically and only served ceremonial purposes. There is also one very rare Shahi lunatic small coin of Iran, struck in the name of Muhammad Hassan Khan Qajar, but not shown on this slide, sorry. The situation here has not changed much since the Qajar conquest in 1785. No coinage was carried out in Nakhchivan under the Qajars, while in Iran in 1213, 1241 years of Hijra, coins in silver and gold were minted on a regular basis, but in very small quantities. These were silver and gold coins of general pleasure types and weight standard. Some of the most specific examples are shown in the slide. They were issued almost every year, but we know only a few of them. Gold coins are known primarily from the best collection of the state Hermitage, where has been keeping the tribute paid to Russia by Persia. What is extremely interesting is that the 1220s of Hijra, they feature the epithet, Lakab, of the Iran named Chuhurisan. Chuhurisan means a valley of sand that derived from the name of Turkmen tribe Sadu, settled at the end of the 16th century in the Ararat Valley. By the beginning of 18th century, the toponym of Çukurhisar, being well known both to Armenian and Muslim chronicles in the being well known to both to Armenian and Muslim chronicles in the 15th, 16th centuries, was mainly used in the official documents and came out of active use. The Çukurhisar lakab appeared on the coins of the 18th century at the same time when Qajar started widely using the city lakabs in its monetary practice. So let us now proceed to a more complicated and diverse numismaticalism of Genjar. He would face with a variety of types and monetary standards. A situation of this kind was caused by several reasons. Among them, there were a high level of the monetization of Canadian economy, independence in terms of the selection of coin type, strategic position in the central part of Transcaucasus, and the ups and downs of its political history. The meeting continued in Genjar with an interruption after weakening of the Asheri dynasty. At the first time, type A coins were minted featuring the name of Decided Nadi Shah, and when Karim Khan came to power in Iran, Genjar began to mint the coins of the type B with Ya Karim invocation. Both of these types were issued according to the Persian coin standard, the first local standard, and the way one meet can. In 1182, right after the number of Shahi in Abbasi grew from 4 to 5 in Iran, Genjar began to mint 4 Shahi Abbasi of 3.69 grams, which amounted to 4/5 ounce of the second Iranian weight standard. These coins were minted until 1187. The change of weight resulted in the introduction of a new type C featuring an above-mentioned distinct of Karim Khan. It is known that the next reform carried out in Persia in 1180s, Hijri, increased the number of Shahi in Abbasi once again, this time from 5 to 6. As in the previous time, Genjar responded to this reform by reducing the coin weight to 4/6 of Abbasi, which means he started minting the usual 4 Shahi coin again Abbasi. Apparently, the reform of 1180s was preceded by one more change in the content of Shahi in Persian Abbasi, a reflection of which we can observe in the Genjar coins of 1187 and 1189. They weighted 4 Shahi out of Abbasi containing 5.5 Shahi. This way, both the 4th and 5th local standards are represented by the Genjar 4 Shahi coins, Abbasis, based on Persian Abbasi of 5.5 or 6 Shahi respectively. It should be noted that Iranian Abbasi of 5.5 Shahi has not been precisely discovered. After 1191, the coins of the type D were minted only in the 5th standard, and earlier introduction of the 4th and 5th weight standard did not cause the change of the coin type. The type C and D were issued in the same way. Genjar Abbasi of the type D with incorrectly engraved date 1191 were minted in the 4th and 5th standards, and judging by the fact that we know coins of 5th standard since 1200 only, the coins of the type D featuring 1191 date of the standard should be dated closer to 1199, as the last number in the date apparently remained incompletely counted by the diagram. But we know only 5 coins from the period of 1195-1199. This kind of fading of monetary activity was caused by the Carabao-Georgian occupation of Genjar Khanate. Obviously, the introduction of the 5th standard, according to the old algorithm of previous reforms, led to increase of the number of Shahi in all the Abbasi from the 4 to 5, and the coinage of the 4 Shahi Abbasi reduced by the 20% of the weight. And the 3 special types of coins, T1, T2, and T3, dated 1201-1206, in my opinion, were issued in Tigris with the mint name Genjar. The tips T1 and T3 were minted according to the 5th Genjar weight standard, and type T2 was minted according to the standard of the Georgian Sirma Abbasi. The mintage of these types was caused due to the long-term territorial claims of the Iraqi second, the Georgian king, on the territory of Genjar Khanate. Minting of correctly dated Abbasi resumed in the reign of Javad Khan after the end of Carabao-Georgian occupation in 1200 and continued until 1206. For the coins of the 5th weight standard, Javad Khan introduced a new type, E1. So, here is a summary table of changes in standard weights of the Genjar coins. as we see, the gradual decrease of standard weight of Genja Abbasid followed the change in the weight of 4 Shahi in the Iranian Abbasid. As for the denominations, first of all, there is no doubt that Genja coins of the first weight standards were called just like Iranian coins of the same weight Abbasid. Secondly, coins of the second, third, and fourth weight standards, as it was shown above, also contained 4 Abbasid each, and consequently were the very Abbasid in the old sense of the word, as previously Abbasid always contained 4 Shafi only. Third, we know the statement of the Russian schools inspector, Voronkevich Basanets, dating back to 1840s, regarding the coins of the 4th and 5th weight standards. He gives the names of the 2 well-known Genja coins, which circulated at that time. One coin called Ingshai, which means 5 Shafi in Armenian, and a 20% cheaper Genja Abbas. These relations are shown in red at the bottom of the figure. It is clear that the change in the weight standard of Abbasid caused the change in the names of coins of the previous standard. The lighter coins of the 5th weight standard again became known as Abbasid, because as before they contained 4 Shafi, while the old 20% heavier coins of the 4th weight standard evaluated through them were called 5 Shafi. In 1206, coinage of anonymous Abbasid in Genja stopped, giving way to the issue of coins which earlier were counted as a riyals of Agha Muhammad Khan Qajar. All coins of this ruler were anonymous and granted to his issue only based upon the invocation Ya Muhammad, placed on the coin serving as an allusion to the name of the ruler. At the first in Genja, these coins were issued without this invocation, type E with asterisks, previously not defined in classifications, and then with E, types E and D, including posthumous issues, and again without it in the last year of the issue, type D with asterisks. Coins of the type E with asterisks and D with asterisks were minted only in Genja, while coins of the same type D, but of different weights and denominations, were minted in other parts of Iran as well. Previously, the researchers called all of these coins of the types E with asterisks, D and D with asterisks, the riyals, without specifying the different weights within this group of heavy coins, and catalogue them with a single standard weight. However, this is not right. Among Ganja coins, mentioned by Voronkevich Basanets, there are Ganja rubles, also called Minalkin in Tatarian and Niazar in Armenian, which is respectively 1,000 dinars. According to Voronkevich Basanets, the Ganja or Jabal Khan ruble consists 5 Shahi Ingshais, or consisted of 4 5 Shahi Ingshais or 5 Genja Abbasids. In terms of the weight, the coins of types E with asterisks and E are 5 Abbasids of the 5th Genja weight standard, and should be called as Genja Ruble, Minaltun, or Minaltun. The presentation coin of 25 Abbasid was minted in 1209 in the same way as standard, and this is the 5 coin. Coins of types D and D with asterisks are Genja rubles for the 4th standard. Return to the 4th weight standard could be associated with the fact that it was convenient to use it for evaluating the rupees of Fatali Shah Qajar, since 5 Abbasid of the 5th Genja standard were almost equal to 1.5 rupees. According to the numismatic data, Javad Khan came under the protectorate of Agha Muhammad Khan Qajar in 1206, but coins with Ya Muhammad invocation appeared on Genja coins only in 1208. The reason was fear of Georgians in Russia, because in the end of 1207, Hijri, rulers of Kartli, Merati, Mengrela, and Bura jointly asked Catherine II about protection, and vassalage towards Agha Muhammad Khan actually established invariable orientation of Genja hence coming from Qajar to the Iranian relatives. During the 3 years starting from 1214 Hijri, in Genja Khanate minted a small number of coins of special types, which are represented on this slide, which weight was also based on the